Summer, and welcome to my channel where we talk about all things dating and relationships. So, on today's video, we're going to be discussing 3 dating red flags, and we're going to get right into it. So, if you like this video, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And so, the 3 dating red flags, especially in this lovely modern dating world, are as follows, but not limited to. 1, love bombing. 2, insecurity. And 3, inconsistency. And yes, I do have notes in front of me because I'm a good friend and I want to provide quality content. So, the first dating red flag, our favorite, love bombing. So, if somebody seems too good to be true, chances are they're too good to be true. And if somebody is like saying all of these sweet things and gassing you up so hard that like even your long-term previous boyfriend or relationship before wasn't even saying those things, it's probably like a little bit unsettling, and you should probably listen to that feedback that your like stomach is telling you, because while it might feel good, it's also not normal. Because, okay, if they are using all sorts of pet names, like especially on dating apps within the first couple of minutes and calling you babe and baby and all of those things, your first instinct should be, I'm not your babe and I'm not your baby. Like, ew, red flag. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a story on this one, and this person actually fits into all of these, so I can reference it going forward. How convenient. So I started talking to somebody in November of last year, 2022, and he just had the best conversation. It was great. He didn't say anything like the baby or the babe thing or whatever, but it got really intense really quickly. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, this person is either perfect or there's like a personality disorder. Because like there is no in between here, like perfection or insane. And like the conversation was awesome. He was so charming. Like we had motorcycles in common. Like everything was great. And then things just absolutely took a turn for the worse, which I don't have to get into at this moment. But because I was woke enough in my mind to be like, okay, you're saying that we're going to get married someday. You're saying like future baby mama, all this stuff. Of course, I'm not stupid. My mind is like, okay, like the only reason I even kept talking to him was because he was hilarious, and actually the conversation besides that was perfection. It was great. Everything was great. But still, my spidey senses were still tingling. Like, this is, again, either you really are who you say you are, or you're an absolute psycho. Yeah, and it turned out to be the latter. So, again, if I hadn't been mentally prepared for that, I would have really been heartbroken. So, anyway, love bombing. You can still talk to those people, but you need to seriously be prepared for the worst. And if the conversation doesn't go past pet names and things like that and future faking, I would absolutely get rid of that person immediately, because that is absolutely frightening and that's not a good sign. Okay. Yucky. That is love bombing is a dating red flag number 1. It can be a sign of just somebody who is trying to be like a Rico Suave, or it can actually go as far as being like a personality disorder or something like that. And you just gotta stay woke. The second dating red flag is insecurity. Okay, so there's nothing less attractive than somebody who just is insecure with themselves, because it's like no matter what you do, no matter how confident you are in yourself, no matter how loyal you are, no matter how whatever you are, honest, whatever, it's never good enough, because they're constantly seeing some sort of negativity, or they're projecting their fears and their, again, insecurities onto you. That's not good for anybody. And it's going to, no matter how confident you are, it's going to erode at that confidence in your own security, and you're going to be left as a shell of a human being pretty quickly. Yeah, not great. Not great. So, yeah, insecurity, not cute, not great at all. And that's something that I struggle with in dating, because I'm a very outgoing person. Even though I'm actually an introvert, that's how I recharge my own energy. But I am very much an outgoing person. I'm nice to everybody. I talk to everybody. I make friends easily. I want everybody to feel comfortable. That's just how I am. It doesn't mean that I'm interested in you if I'm talking to a man, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to talk to you. So when I date people, or when people see me on social media or whatever, and we may or may not be talking in a dating scenario, potential dating scenario, if a guy thinks the worst all the time, like that I'm hitting on all these people, like, it's insane, and it's never going to work, because I'm absolutely respectful. It's not flirting, it's talking. So that's like another big line. What's flirting and what's talking? And if both of those things make somebody insecure, then that's a really big red flag, because you're always going to be walking on eggshells. There's always going to be pins and needles. Nothing good. Now, bridging it back to the last individual that I had the example of, when things ended, he basically said, well, that's why I never took you seriously, because I talked to these other people. Okay. I'm sorry that being a nice human is just, I mean, my loyalty isn't good enough for you. Yeah, you can't handle even a little bit of, discussion with people of the opposite sex. That's sad. That's sad. I think that trust, honesty, and loyalty are incredibly important in any relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship or otherwise. And if somebody can't, I don't know, like, identify your own character through that, then that's some serious insecurity, and likely some serious projection on their part, because you know what they say, like, when someone casts the first stone, they're probably the ones that are doing it themselves. And let's just be real, the person that I was involved with this, yeah, he actually ended up dating somebody else when he said that he and I were exclusive. So the same person that said, oh, this is why I don't take you seriously, he was the one in reality doing all of those things. Yeah. But again, I'm not stupid. I knew this well enough, so I saw it coming, and yeah, I didn't get hurt. I was good. Don't worry, because I stay one step ahead of this, because I'm aware of all of these dating red flags. Okay, so now the third dating red flag that I'm telling you, if you can start seeing these things before you get really attached to somebody, you will save yourself some serious heartache going forward. Okay, the third one is inconsistency. All right, now bridging all of these three things together. Now, love bombing, it's a lot of words, right? A lot of words, a lot of maybe some actions as far as like gifts and things like that. Insecurity, they're gonna kind of be like, coming at you, right? Kind of hard. Now, this inconsistency, in a lot of ways, is when the words don't match the actions, right? Yeah. So, for example, with this person, it was like, oh, can't wait to see you, blah, blah, blah. Well, in reality, we saw each other once in like 2 months. So you're super into me, but you can only make time to see me once. Yeah, we only live an hour and 15 minutes apart. So clearly, again, this is all in the back of my mind when we're talking. I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll see when that happens. Great, keep talking to me, no problem. So, the door was open, but it's like, if you're not going to take action towards me, come on, like, I'm not stupid. And all of you guys listening aren't stupid. So don't let somebody play you. If they're saying one thing, but their actions are telling you something completely different, come on, don't be stupid. They're the ones that are being stupid. Stupid is such a great word. I prefer the word dumb. I feel like dumb is just a wonderful word. But this one, I just want to use the word stupid because it's like you can't be so smooth that you're telling me how this future that we're going to have and all of these wonderful kids and that we're going to, live together someday and get married and all of these things. And then you can't even make time to go on a date. And then what? I'm supposed to assume that you're not talking to anybody else or whatever else. It's like, again, people will show you their true colors if you bother to pay attention. And I'm just of the mind where I just like to see it all play out. But my heart remains guarded. And of course, like when it gets to that point, it's just like, no, of course this is never going to happen. But it doesn't always have to come to like a dramatic end. But I mean, come on. Like, inconsistency is just so huge. You'll notice other things too. Like, for example, if somebody texts you every day and then it gets to be where you'll see that they leave you on red, but their snap score goes up. That's a big stressful one for people like me with anxious attachment. And I've been like recovering from that for years, but of course it's in the background. That's, a really, really hard thing in attachment style to completely get away from. And it's things like that where now, instead of getting stressed out about it, I just take notice. I'm like, okay, so that tells me that, so you're leaving me on red overnight, but you're clearly talking to somebody else. And then normally before that, you were talking to me. So something's off here. All right. So taking note, check, inconsistency. All right. Bet. No problem. But something's weird here and I'm going to pay attention to it so that I don't get hurt. Well, in this particular situation, that's exactly what happened. He was talking to somebody else and I called him out on it and he's like, no. And then I saw him talking to this other girl on Facebook and I screenshotted the message. It was like a public comment and he's like, well, nothing was going to happen with us anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, well, good luck. And then I like left him alone. And then they got in a relationship a couple days later. And then guess what? When that didn't work out after 2 weeks, guess who came crawling back to me? And guess who didn't entertain it? Still me. Because I'm not stupid. Again, what a good word. Dumb, stupid. Excellent words. It's just, and then please don't ever, this isn't in the dating red flags, but please don't ever compete with someone for their energy or attention. If they want to give it to somebody else, oh, please, by all means, let the other person have them. Oh, please have them. Enjoy. Have a great time. Because what am I supposed to do? Is this like a circus? Like, what am I supposed to like dance for you? Because I'm a terrible dancer. It's simply not going to happen. But go ahead, go have your playtime. But when you come back to me and I'm not here, you're going to be, sad. So yeah, it kind of was an interesting situation. But I'm just saying that really staying well ahead of these red flags and staying well aware of these red flags and anticipating them, taking mental notes, and not overreacting to everything. Like, you don't have to like call somebody out and like, verbally punch them every time one of these things comes up. I'm just saying, like, stick it in your little mental sticky notes. If something seems a little weird, okay, interesting. All right, we'll check. Okay, so Texted you here, didn't hear back from you till tomorrow. Okay, interesting that you were active in this, commenting on that. Okay. And again, I get it because I'm one of those people where I get overstimulated with things like social media and texting and stuff. Like I will leave people unaccounted for a little while, but not the person that I'm like mainly talking to usually, or like I'll kind of communicate through that. But you know when something's off. Like if it feels off, your body will tell you. Okay? So again, just mental note that. So if someone's love bombing you, if someone's being like really insecure and like, I don't know, picking apart every little thing that you do, but they're the ones that are doing some weird stuff, I don't know. That's gonna be weird. Like you should be allowed to talk to whoever you want to as long as you're respectful, things like that. It all goes back to respect. Yeah. And then if they're really inconsistent, yeah, not great. Really big red flag. So those are my 3 big ones. So I really hope that this helps at least a little bit. And I like to add the personal flavor of stories because we all go through this. Modern dating is an absolute train wreck and it's not getting any better. So I just want to show you that even for people like me who are like aware of this stuff and I talk on this stuff, it still happens because people are people. We're all in the same dating pool. But all we can do is try to get out and away from it as unscathed as possible. And part of it is just spreading awareness of the things that we need to seriously take note of and stay away from. So anyway, my name is Megan Summer. If you have any questions, go ahead and pop them in the comments or email me at lovemegansummer@gmail.com. And if you really want to book a personal session with me, just email me lovemegansummer@gmail.com and we can figure something out. Okay, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.